It's Levack and Goss on 104.5 The Team.
Goss has put more work into this year's college basketball bracket than I really think anybody I know ever has.
Thank you, I think.
So have you always, so this year you would come in almost every day and tell me, oh man, I was up late, I watched, Oregon versus whatever, and Bill Walton did this and that and the other. Have you always been a guy who would watch that much hoops, or is this year different?
I grew up in a college basketball crazy town in Syracuse. You're always watching Syracuse basketball, and you think, okay, Syracuse plays this team a week from now or 2 weeks from now. So you'd watch random ACC games on a Tuesday or Wednesday, whatever night it may be. And then now working in the PM Drive, you don't have the same clock as some regular people, so you get to stay up a little bit later. So when you have nothing going on, you can look to flip on some hoops. A lot of Pac-12 action, Mountain West action, WAC action. It's
MEAC.
Yeah,
every
MEAC,
other.
I've probably watched too much, to be honest. I'm not happy with myself.
Meanwhile, my lovely daughter Ella, how much college basketball did you watch this year?
I have been to a few Albany games.
Well, that was last year, actually. You didn't come with me this year.
Then probably not enough.
None at all. Okay. So what Bells has done, because I always think it's fun to watch these bracketologists like yourself, guys, get taken down by people who just go, that's a cool school. I'll go with that. All right.
Fun for you.
So do you have your bracket?
I have
guys?
my bracket ready to go.
Okay, but you're only going to give a couple of your picks because we're doing the grand unveiling tomorrow.
We are, okay.
You're going to do enough just to let us know that you're not copying off my daughter.
Yeah, so I'll give you some of my favorite picks. You want to do that? I'll do favorite picks.
Okay, and then Ella will pick her favorites.
Okay.
And tell us why she picked them.
All right. And then both of our full brackets will be available to be viewed Thursday afternoon, officially on 1045theteam.com.
Yes.
So you can compare the full field then and see who does better. All right.
Yes.
I'm going to start with this game because I know for a lot of first-time bracket filler-outers, bracketologists, they get confused by these. So I'm going to start in the top left of your bracket, SMU versus either Providence or USC. Now, when a lot of people see that, they freak out and think, I don't know who to pick, so I'll just pick the other team.
Two teams are going to play one team?
And that was the only thing I heard Bell saying from the other room was that, wait a second, this is stupid. Why do they have two teams? Just give me one that I can pick. So because of that, I'm taking USC over SMU and USC over Providence. I think USC can get to the Sweet 16 because USC beat SMU this season. So that's one of my favorite picks.
Okay, Bells, do you want to give one of your favorite picks? Don't give your champion yet.
Oh, all right.
Don't. So the Villanova game. You didn't take Villanova.
No way.
A 1 versus a 16.
The defending national champion, the best number 1 overall seed in the tournament.
There's villain in the name.
So because villain is in the name.
All logic.
Who roots for a villain?
Exactly.
So all right. So
why did I think of that?
So a 16 has never been a 1 in the men's tournament. But if it happens, and this is the one,
I have just made history.
There you go. See, she's not scared.
So I'm giving her either Mount St. Mary's or New Orleans. I don't even care who wins tonight when it tips off the tournament. If either of those teams pull that off and Bells nails it, I might lose my job off the rip here on Thursday.
I actually kind of wish both those teams could play them together to give it a real
10-on-5.
But hey, and I give you all the credit in the world, Bells. You literally said I want no help. You're like, I went over. I was like, well, this is never. You're like, damn it, and kicked me out of my own office. Guys, you want to give it?
I'm going to go to the bottom left portion now. I'm going to go for another 11 versus 6. Now, you and I both root for Kevin Huerter, Maryland guy, Big Ten. All that good stuff there. We like Turgeon, the coach, defending his players. But this one, Las Vegas has convinced me. We're going to talk to Brandon Lang tomorrow. Xavier is the 11 seed, but they're the 2-point favorite in the game, which throws me off. So another one of my upsets, I'm taking Xavier over Maryland, and I'm fighting right now. I don't even like Xavier. I don't think they're a very good team, but I like their draw. They may get all the way to the Sweet 16 because you and others, and we're going to talk to Reed Forgrave in a bit, are starting to convince me about Florida Gulf Coast. So I have Xavier over Maryland, but I'm starting to lean to see how far Xavier can actually go. So that's one of my ones in the bottom left.
All right, Bells, do you have another one?
Okay, well, Kansas.
Okay.
I went with the first one this time.
Okay. So you took the 1 seed over the 16.
Yeah, but not for that purpose.
Why did you pick Kansas?
Well, in Supernatural, that's where Dean and Sam are from.
In the TV show Supernatural, the stars are from Kansas.
Wait a second.
Go Kansas.
You may win because Gaz is dying right now. So everybody just tuning in. My daughter's 13. She doesn't watch college basketball. She just never. She likes Albany. She likes Siena. But after that, she just doesn't really care. Loves football. I can get her to watch baseball. Doesn't care. So we had her pick it, and I told her just whatever you feel. Whatever you feel, go with it.
So right now she has Villanova going down to the round 64. She has Kansas, I think, winning her whole thing. She loves Kansas because of Supernatural. So I'm going to go to Kansas's region. Kansas is good. But what are my picks I have? I have Rhode Island over Creighton. Rhode Island's a good team. They won the A-10. Creighton's in the Big East. They're not as good as they used to be. So I have Rhode Island over Creighton as my big upset there.
Okay. So there's a big. Do you have another big pick for?
I got a higher seeded team beating a lower seeded team.
I chose Wichita over Dayton because Wichita is fun to say.
I'm glad you said Wichita, though, because a lot of people say Wichita. I heard a lot of people
says Wichita.
Jordan calls it Wichita the year they were undefeated.
You made her up.
She's a college graduate. She graduated from the College of St. Rose.
Gaz's girlfriend is imaginary, so she says a lot of things.
So you've picked Wichita State because you like to say Wichita.
It's fun to say.
I'm going to Wichita State's or Wichita State's bottom right portion of the bracket. My big upset, you always got to have a 12 over a 5. That's the best advice I always tell you. 12 seed over a 5 seed. I feel like I'm joining the trend now. I took Middle Tennessee State over Minnesota. If you're a Vegas person, that's a pick'em right now.
I'm a little worried about that because everybody's on that.
Right, Giddy Potts and company and everyone, they're not going to sneak up on anybody like they did with Michigan State last year. Middle Tennessee State over Minnesota is one of my big picks there.
You got another big pick, Bells?
I have Maryland over Xavier because Maryland is the home of my favorite football team.
Hey,
she's a filthy Ravens fan.
Yeah,
right?
she converted this season.
I love her anyway. Well, and that's Kevin Herter. He's a local kid and he's on that team. So that's a good pick.
Do we want to go through our Final Fours and national champions?
Let's do Final Fours. Bells, you go first. Who are your Final Four? So this is...
Okay. I believe it is...
So these four.
Oh, okay.
That's also not a good sign for me.
You lose? Oh, my God. She's going to win.
Okay, so... All right, so I have Marquette and then...
Marquette.
Okay,
Marquette.
Okay, Marquette.
That's silent Q.
Okay. I have Maryland, I have Texas, and I have Kansas.
Texas Southern.
Wait, time out. Texas Southern. Texas Southern is in her Final Four? So you have Texas Southern, Marquette, Maryland, and who?
And Kansas.
Okay. Who do you have? Okay. You have Kansas winning all, I'm hoping, I think?
Yes.
Okay.
She does.
So just for review here real quick. Kansas is very good.
Yes.
Marquette made a run a few years ago, made it all the way to the Elite Eight, made a Final Four run with Dwayne Wade.
Hold on. Why Texas Southern?
Because Jensen Ackles and Jared Paladecki are from Texas.
The stars of Supernatural.
Wait a second.
I watch a lot of interviews.
There's a bunch of Levack.
They're really good-looking guys, is what it comes down to. She's hit that age.
You could have told her there were other teams from Texas on here, like SMU's from Texas. You could have had
But
SMU.
they don't physically say Texas.
Listen, I didn't know. She did it completely. Just went off of her own rationale. So what's your Final Four?
Okay,
Chalk boy.
Yeah, you're right. I did not have a 16 seed in my Final Four. I have UCLA, I have Louisville, I have Duke, and I have Arizona. And I'll reveal the rest of it later on tomorrow.
Okay. Are you going to give her, since you laughed at her, are you going to give her
I'm giving her 4 points.
Just 4? After all that laughter?
How much do you think I should give her? Like 10?
I think like 20-something.
20? How are we grading this?
You figure it's 1 point per game in the first round. You know, if she loses her 16 seed in the Final Four in the first round, that's a lot of points.
All right.
I think you should give her 32 points.
32. All right, you went from 20 to 32.
I think 32 points.
Let's go in the middle. Let's go to 26.
26.
How about 26 points, Bells?
So if he beats you by less than 26, you win.
Okay.
Deal?
Okay, that's a fair deal. 26
What are we wagering?
points.
What are we wagering?
Oh, I don't know yet.
right.
I don't want to line it. She may win
It's
the
over.
entire
It's
country
over.
bracket, let alone.
She's the best there is.
Go Kansas.
There you go. And Kansas, if Kansas wins it all, because you don't have Kansas winning it all.
I don't. I have Kansas losing the Elite
So
Eight.
she could make up some serious ground with that. So
Yeah.
I don't know. The fact that she took Kansas to win it, very proud. Very proud right there. I wish she'd taken Michigan a little farther, but hey, you know what? No kid's perfect. Good job, Bells. Thank you. Thank you for your help.
No problem.
I hope that Harambe shirt looks good on you. No, I got faith in you. You can do this. You can do this.